You have probably seen the videos. I rewired my brain for wealth in 30 days. I want to tell you honestly what that claim actually means, because it is not what you think. Your brain was not rewired in 30 days. Nobody's is. But something else genuinely can change in that kind of time frame, and it matters more than a rewired brain would anyway. So let me show you what actually happens on a realistic timeline when someone deliberately tries to change a money belief they have carried for decades. We have talked before about money scripts, the unconscious beliefs about money that Dr. Brad Clontze's research shows most of us formed before the age of 15. Those beliefs live in the part of your thinking that runs automatically without you noticing. What changes over 90 days is not that structure. What changes is which response wins in the moment a financial decision comes up. Think of it less like rewiring and more like this. The old road is still there. You are building a new one alongside it. And for a while, every single time, you have to consciously choose which road to take. That is not 30 days of hacking. That is 90 days of choosing the harder road on purpose, often multiple times a day. Here is roughly what that 90 days actually looks like, based on research on habit formation and cognitive behavioral change. Weeks 1 to 2. You notice the old script constantly. It does not feel different yet. It just feels like you are suddenly aware of a pattern that used to run silently. Weeks 3 to 6. This is the hardest stretch, and almost nobody warns you about it. The awareness has not turned into new behavior yet. Motivation naturally dips here. Most people quit in this window, not because it is not working, but because it does not feel like it is working. Weeks 7 to 12. The new response starts winning more often than not. It still takes conscious effort, but it stops feeling foreign. Nobody films weeks 3 to 6. It is the least visually interesting part of any transformation. It is also the only part that actually matters. If you have ever tried to change a money habit and given up somewhere around week 3 or 4, comment the number 3 below. I want to see how many people in this audience hit that exact wall. Here's the part that actually favors you if you are over 40. We have talked before about the maturity principle, the documented shift where social fear naturally loosens its grip as you move through your 40s. That matters directly here. A huge part of what makes weeks 3 to 6 so hard is the fear of doing this wrong, of being watched and judged for changing. If that fear is already quieter than it used to be, the hardest stretch of the process is genuinely easier than it would have been 20 years earlier. You are not rewiring a brain that has gotten worse. You are doing deliberate work with a psychology that has quietly gotten more cooperative. So if you want to try this properly, here are 3 things you need to do. 1. Pick a single decision point, not a whole mindset. Do not try to rewire how you think about money in general. Pick one specific moment it shows up, a specific type of purchase, a specific conversation, one thing. 2. Expect weeks 3 to 6 to feel like failure. Decide in advance that it will feel that way. Naming it before it happens is the single biggest predictor of whether people push through it. 3. Track the choice, not the outcome. Do not measure this by your bank balance in week 4. Measure it by how many times you noticed the fork in the road and consciously picked. That number is the real progress. If you want the deeper research behind why this timeline is what it is, Wired for Wealth by Brad Klontz, Ted Klontz, and Rick Kaler is where this framework comes from. The link is in the description and pinned in the comments below. Nobody rewires their brain in 30 days, but plenty of people change one decision, made consistently, over 90. That is not as exciting a claim. It also happens to be true. Save this if you are about to start something like this, so week 4 does not convince you it is not working. Subscribe if you are tired of knowing what to do and still not doing it. I will see you in the next one.